Hello and welcome to another scene set in a living world of darkness rage across New York. Only the most furious and emotionally intense of venues. As we set our scene once more upon the new and improved Strider's cabin. Jacob is sitting on the porch. On this porch, there is a small table and some lawn chairs, and he is just drinking some absolutely lovely tea, with the addition of some branches, a good few of them, some of them, well, all of them kind of crooked and as tree branches are, all bent and such, and they're just kind of stacked up off to the side, alongside like a carpenter's knife just sticking out of one of them, just stuck quite deeply into the branch, as he just sits under the shade of his cabin, having lovely tea, treating this as any other day, really, in contrast to what is soon about to happen.
Yeah, there's definitely a little Metis theory 20 go that does not consider this any other day. As a matter of fact, she is in breed form, slowly walking up to the cabin, stopping, looking, smacking her lips. She's turning around, taking a few steps back, and trying to stop herself. Actually, taking her claws and kind of like jamming it into her upper leg, probably doing another lethal damage or ag damage because she's in Krynos, so fuck it. And forces herself to turn back around to look at the cabin that she can now see through the trees, and shivering all over her body, she will slowly start to approach, very slowly. Actually, when she when she gets into sight and she sees Jacob sitting on the porch, she will go on all fours and kind of crawl up to the cabin. Probably looking rather ridiculous, but yeah.
Yeah, Tlate Hiin's kind of emotionally intense state is somewhat offset by the elegance of this lovely tea set, and Jacob seeming just kind of casual contentment. But then he sees you kind of crawling up in would it be fair to say almost desperate fashion?
Oh yeah. Like, you don't even need to roll it. She is shaking. It's like she's not looking at him. She's slowly, very slowly approaching the porch. Her claws are digging into the ground as she walks. Well, kind of crawls more, and she'll stop. She won't. She doesn't have the strength apparently to just pull herself up to the porch. She's just staying there, in front of the porch, on the ground.
Jacob stops sipping his tea for a moment. There is just kind of a look of kind of vast confusion upon you as he sees you kind of crawling in this very desperate fashion. It's just this brief pause with his just head tilted before he just puts down his tea, and then just rises up from his seat and kind of walks up to you, and then just kind of crouches down, just says, "Come on, up." And then literally offers you like two hands up because he's pretty close to you as he just walks up to you and crouches down.
He's not. She's offering her hands up. She will actually, as he approaches her, she gets closer and closer, and she will look up. And when he kind of gets too close, she'll kind of scoot away a little. I'm coming to receive punishment, Raya.
I'm aware. You seem more perturbed than the last time you received a punishment.
No, Raya, I'm completely fine.
Jacob neither rolls empathy nor rolls truth of Gaia.
You really didn't have to.
Yeah. Well, would you like something to drink before this all happens? Just to get something out of your system, or
No, I'm fine.
I just ask because we're both on the same page here, so there's no reason for any of us to make this more difficult than it needs to be.
If it pleases you, Raya.
I think perhaps it would be best if we got this out of the way right now, and then you return to your pack mates. Wouldn't you agree?
Yes, Raya, whatever you feel.
Okay. If you would just step off to the side then, and he kind of points to just like, the very smallish open area just in front of the porch. Well, obviously I can't initiate the right here. But if just over there, we can get this done and dusted, and then we can go back to our lives.
Yeah, you know what? Fuck it. I'll make a fucking willpower roll. Yeah, she seems to focus finally on Jacob and slowly reverts back to Homid's. Yes, Jacob Raya. And pushing herself from to basically standing position, she'll very slowly go to the place that he ordered her to go.
He just begins grabbing the wooden branches that have been stacked up on the side of the porch. Just kind of begins laying them down around you. And as he almost starts doing this, starts carrying one or two at a time with one of his arms, and the other one has his carpenter's knife in it. He says, "You sound like you have a heavy weight on your shoulders."
No, Raya, I'm fine.
because you were honest and you tried to make amends, and then you just kind of like put some of the branches down. We thought it better to give you a lesser punishment. It could have been a lot worse. As he goes off to grab another set of branches.
Yes. Rayas are very generous.
I just find it interesting. And then he just puts down one of the branches. Just seems so much more discomforted by the least of all punishments, and yet you've been through so much worse from my perspective. And then he goes off, grabs another set of branches, puts them down around you. There we go.
She opens her mouth to say something and closes it again and shakes her head. Not this comfortable by this, Raya.
Don't worry, this should only last for a few days at most. If you're lucky, it may only last 24 hours.
Yes, Raya. If you wish it to last, I'm. It's not my fault. It's not my fault. It's not my fault. If this is the punishment you really fit for me, I would not dare to argue against you.
Jacob just kind of gives her a sympathetic look. He's not entirely sure how to react to that, so he just looks with some degree of sympathy towards her before putting down the rest of the branches, forming a neat little, well, as close as a circle can be, with these crooked things around her. I'll say, I will offer you this. If you do find yourself in a position where you don't think you have anywhere else left to go, you can always come see me, even during this rate's duration.
You are too kind. I wouldn't dare to bother you, Raya.
Well, I do end up meddling in everyone else's business. It would be a bit hypocritical of me to not allow you to do the same.
Raya, you can do as you please.
I can't. I'm obligated to do this. If I could do as I please, if I could do as I wanted, I probably wouldn't be punishing you right now.
Raya, I deserve punishment. The shaking kind of intensifies again. It's not my fault. It's not my fault.
Don't hurt yourself over this. That's what the punishment is. Don't think about what's happening right now. Just think about what you're going to do afterwards.
If you so wish, Raya.
You've made it as far as Fostan. You've shown that you can go places and you can go the distance. Don't lose yourself now, not over this of all things.
I don't deserve such praise.
That's a matter of debate. Anyway. I offered you a drink. Is there anything you would like to do or say before this happens?
I'll make another power roll. No, Raya.
Okay. Now just sit down, close your eyes, and this will all be over before you even realize it.
She'll sit down. She closes her eyes for a second, but then opens them again. Stares at Jacob. Not into the eyes, of course. She's not challenging him or anything like that. No, hell no. But yeah.
All right. Take out his carpenter's knife, and he'll begin initiating the rite proper. There we go. And it's a... what's the difficulty? Seven. Okay. Oh wow. Okay, so we all know the result because I spent all the past. It actually goes beyond my
Oh, Jesus.
I can't claim back because judgment nature.
Kaya, why you hate me?
But Tlate is just like kill KYS right now. Jacob, over the next 10 minutes, begins. He does not say anything, but begins imbuing spiritual energies into these branches, into the locale, which kind of almost, as they form a circle, kind of almost form some sort of pseudo spiritual cage around Tlate. Well, it's not really something you can feel in a given sense. And begins carving open mouths and faces into these branches. 1 minute is spent on every branch. There are 10 branches in total. And you can almost feel like you always find yourself counting it down as he moves from one branch to the next. Perhaps almost giving you something to hope for in a way.
Yeah, she is looking at it very intensely.
Yeah, and eventually he hits number 10, and then after 10, you see him done. And he puts the carpenter's knife away. Although you do find yourself... how to put it? Your inhibitions are lowered somewhat. You almost find yourself a little bit feeling a little bit spontaneous, shall we say. Your mouth feels a little bit twitchy. You're less subdued than you were before. You almost feel your tongue moving around by itself.
Is the right actually that you basically just simply cannot lie, or is the right that you actually spill out like stuff?
Yeah, the rough jet door is used to punish those who have broken promise secrecy. It causes the subject to uncontrollably tell everyone he or she meets about the most private and trivial matters of his or her life. This ritual won't cause the subject to reveal other secrets he's been sworn to keep, and cannot force him to break the litany by revealing his nature to humans, but will almost certainly cause them to reveal personal information that embarrasses only them. This rite can be rather humiliating, and many Garu who are subject to it find themselves overcome by rage at their embarrassment. It is considered the height of desire to take retribution against a Garu who has used this ritual in a just fashion. Subjects who wish to avoid the rite's effects may simply abandon all contact with others for a few days, which is considered to be an acceptable response. The target may also expend a willpower to avoid stating some particularly odious personal secret. So you can avoid stating certain secrets you wish not to, but you must spend a willpower every time that issue comes up, or it's some spontaneous point in the scene, presumably. That'll be up to the discretion of the STs.
So, as Jacob kind of finishes the ride, Tlate Hiin looks up at him and she says, "I'm terrified and I'm afraid and I'm about to pee myself, and I think that I don't want to tell the truth." That she clasps her hands in front of her mouth, and will probably at that point does take a point of rage because, yeah.
Jacob will walk up to his porch. He will pour out some herbal tea. He'll say, "Have a drink. I'll be inside. If you wish to talk to me, you can. I have no intention of eavesdropping on you. Take a moment to calm down, and then make your way back to the set. Make your way back to your packmates. If
Oh
you
yeah, you
want to,
shouldn't be so kind to me.
maybe not, but I think you're a better person than you give yourself credit for, so I am.
I've been lying for most of my life. I know it's wrong, but I can avoid punishment if I do.
Did she say can't avoid punishment if she does lie?
I can. I can
Oh.
avoid punishment if I do.
I understand you didn't exactly grow up in the fairest of conditions.
I stole a pair of socks from my then father and the others helped to keep my toes from being frostbitten. And they were very proud of me afterwards because I survived the cold. I ate the socks.
I've never had to brave conditions like that. I've heard of people who have. But you were thrown out into the cold because you stole some socks?
They never knew I stole them. I took them because it was very cold at night.
And you were out in the cold.
I used to live in a cage. I still miss that cage. But I would really wish to sleep in a bed.
And that's why you need a warm drink so you don't get cold.
It's not cold here. I actually was laughing about people complaining about the cold when we came back to New York. But she's crying now.
He will simply pass the passivity, I want to say. You're not ready to tell people who you really are yet, and be it far from me to rob you of that. So I'm going to head inside now. If you feel the need to tell me anything else, you can come to me, okay?
Yes, Raya. I used to have a reindeer as a friend once, and he drooled over me, and I like that.
Stay safe. And if you're ever scared, come find me, okay?
I'm always scared. She'll take another rage for that. Saying you're always scared as a Wendigo. Oh my god. And I'll have to roll.
I'll make this promise to you then. If you ever think that you might say something that you other people can't handle, stick with me. I'll make this promise here and now that I'll tell no one of any truth you state from this day forward until you can hold me to that promise, okay?
Oh, Mitch, you shouldn't. The promise to Ametis doesn't count. It doesn't matter.
I'm making it matter now.
I don't believe you.
It still stands. If you don't want to believe me, that's your choice. But I accept that. And if you ever feel you can't trust me either, because you said you didn't believe me, I still have a den you can use. People wouldn't think to look for you in my den. So if you ever feel the need to get away from anyone, you can go there.
I really want to believe you.
And if someone tries
I want
entering
people to
that
be
den,
proud.
pardon? Sorry.
I want people to be proud of me. I want to be liked. I want to have friends, but I'm a metis. I want to run away now.
You can run away now.
And she will she will very carefully put the still full cup of tea on the ground, and she will run away.
And Jacob will head indoors. And I believe with that, that's where we can end this scene. Thank you, player, for the outstanding performance. And thank you, watchers, for watching. We'll see you next time.